Ladies and gentlemen, fellow alcohol lovers, welcome. Today we are taking a shot at Del Bach Whiskey Mesquite Smoked Dorado. Interesting order of, what's Dorado other than a place? Isn't El Dorado? Is it made of gold? Anyways, this is a local whiskey made here in Arizona, Tucson to be specific. It's a single malt whiskey, which means, I found out, that is using only one ingredient. In this case, it's made with malted barley, which is smoked using mesquite wood. A wood I use all the time for smoking, and it's popular here to use in Arizona. Other than the taste, it's also just freaking available. You can't walk a mile down the desert without tripping over 5 or 6 of these dead logs. To quote, an American single malt made in the U.S. from 100% malted barley, distilled at one distillery, matured in oak casks no larger than 700 milliliters, distilled to no higher proof than 160 ABV, bottled at 80 proof, 40 ABV or higher. The cask type is American white oak. Why not make the cask out of mesquite? Just go for the whole... I wonder, can you make a barrel out of mesquite? Anyways, let's see. Again, I was curious about this because, again, it's smoked. Again, I love smoked meat and mesquite smoke. Again, what I use the most is what I like. But also, the fact that this is not a bourbon, which, by the way, a bourbon requires that you use over 50% corn. So, as well as it has to be made in America. So, you can't make bourbon over in Ireland, which, then again, they make good enough whiskey over there that they don't need our crap whiskey. I kid, but I'm not a fan of the bourbon. Hamilton Distillers makes this and a non-smoked version of their single malt whiskey, as well as following Pepsi's example, and made a clear version of the mesquite smoked flavored one, which I didn't see for sale, otherwise I definitely would have bought one. Again, clear always means better, right? Right, Pepsi? You know they started making that again. Anyways, side note over. On the back of the bottle it talks about them using the Scottish model of whiskey making. Our American-style malt is matured in white oaks, as we said, barrels. It carries a soft, tannins on the palate with the nose of spice and desert campfire. Dorado, hints of sweet tobacco and dark chocolate on the nose, underpinned by sandalwood. And, of course, it mentions to preserve flavor, we never chill filter. So, anyways, this apparently also won the San Francisco Spirits Competition 2016 Double Gold, which I've seen that sticker on a lot of stuff. So, apparently a lot of people win at that competition. So, anyways, on to actually trying this out.
And welcome to the drinking part of this. This, I have to confess, is the second time I've done this. Again, this whole point is supposed to be my first impressions of this, but I lost the footage. Matter of fact, the bit I recorded beforehand for this was actually like 2 weeks ago. So I've kind of already forgot what I've said about this, other than it's a malt made with one single thing. In this case, smoked barley, right? Single malt, matured in barrels. Yeah, anyways, and again, sweet tobacco and dark chocolate. Now, from what I remember, the taste of this, and hopefully it's still cold, I put it in the freezer for a little bit. The taste of this was smoky. Not smoky in the sense of barbecue smoke, but smoky as in the smell from a campfire. In taste form, again, I'll see if I could taste again. Ooh, second time around. But again, I have my little camera here, so hopefully you can see. Yep, cool. What's going on? It's probably out of focus, because why not? There we go. Okay, now you can see it there. Again, kind of see how it pours. Oh yeah, it's just a cork. So here we go. And it pours smoothly like a whiskey. Again, it's in the Scottish form. And if I remember right, it tastes more like an Irish. But again, we'll go through the proper tasting again. So, see here. The smell. You can definitely smell the smoke. By the way, I should move this a bit further down here. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely smell the smoke. Again, I'm kind of rushing this since I can't believe I missed the footage. But anyways, so it smells like a not light whiskey, but not a strong whiskey. Kind of in the middle, that mild whiskey smell with smoke hints on top of it. So that's what it smells like. But the more lingering smell is the whiskey. Again, whiskey with like hints of smoke on it. And again, campfire smoke more than anything. Because again, well, I should reiterate because, well, I should clarify what I mean. Campfire smoke to me, my little green shirt here, yeah, you can see. Anyways, campfire smoke to me is ironwood or mesquite. Again, grew up in the desert. Those two woods you can run out and grab at any time. So, that's what I mean when I'm talking about campfire smell. Some people might associate that campfire more with the pine smell or hickory, depending on where you're from. Here in the desert, my my association of campfire is with ironwood or mesquite, because those are the two we always use. And even with barbecue at, say, my parents' place or traditionally, is always mesquite, because again, readily available, free in the desert, as long as you follow the rules. So yeah, so again, to clarify, when I'm saying it smells like campfire smoke, to me that's what the campfire smoke smells like. So, and again, pine's more smoky than anything, and I don't know if I can say I probably could pick out the different smells of the different woods. Oh well, anyways, but yeah, so here's to messing up on your first try, but still going with it anyway. So, oh, by the way, it's in the Arizona Cardinals one, because this was, of course, made in Tucson. So, all right, so here's to take 2 on first chances. Oh. Whoo. Okay. Ooh. This time, up the nose. Warmth up the nose, warmth down, and oh, my cheeks are still warm. My chest is still warm. I can still feel it going down. Oh, but there's that lingering taste I remember. So, initial taste, whiskey. That's not a bad aftertaste. Okay. Initial taste, whiskey, warm, flush down, usual. Again, it's a light bourbon. It's not Jack level of bourbon. It's a little towards, say, again, it's supposed to be Scottish, in a Scottish style, is what they say. But a bit of the Irish, I would say, and Canadian, that kind of whiskey taste. But fairly in American territory. So let's say New England. So to do a geography joke. Yeah, not quite in Canada or towards Ireland, but still in America. So, you know, New England. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, that kind of warm whiskey taste, and it went down a bit harsher than the first taste. Maybe it's a bit harsher when cold. But the aftertaste, again, is this lovely smoke sensation. Again, it's taste of smoke, but not of barbecue brisket smoke taste. It's, again, best way I could describe it is the way you smell the way you smell smoke off a campfire, but in taste form. I know it's weird, but yeah, so kind of that kind of taste. I think that's what they mean by tobacco chocolate taste. Interesting. But again, this is the second time I've tasted it, so I can now compare first and second taste, where again, this one was a bit harsher. The other one didn't have the warmth going up the nose like this one did. This one was warmth all the way up, cheeks, chest, the usual culprits. But it still had that lingering taste, and it was a bit harsher. Again, the last one was a bit smoother. This is your atypical, I think, whiskey, 45%, 90 proof. It's a little bit, well, I think it's a little bit stronger than most. That was English. What are you? You are 40% by alcohol. You are, what again? 45. So yeah, a little stronger than your atypical whiskey like Bushmills. But again, that's a single malt, so again, that's probably just in its process of making is a bit harsher. Then again, this is triple distilled, blah blah blah, smooth and mellow. So they actually purposely probably wear this down where it's a bit smoother than this one. But again, just in color alone, you can see the difference. So, do I have? Oh, yes, I do. Come here, Mr. Crown Royal, in your fancy bag. So you are what? Since you are the Canadian standard, 40. So again, for being 49 or 45%, 90 proof, it went down pretty smooth. Again, all things considered. The first time really smooth, this time a bit harsher, but that was more the warmth going up my nose and catching me off guard. By the way, what is the proof? 80 proof. Yeah, so 80, 90 proof. Okay. So yeah, again, I still have, and it's not so much a taste, but you know the area between your mouth and your nose, that like little bit of stuff right there, sensation wise, that's where I still have that kind of sensation of smelling smoke / tasting smoke. That's kind of where it lingers, kind of like the cranberries. You know, do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Good. And again, I don't know what this would mix well with, because again, the taste is pretty standard smooth whiskey, but high in the alcohol content. The aftertaste is what you would have to deal with. So say you mix it with the atypical cola, Pepsi, or what have you. Would it have an aftertaste of, do I have, speaking of which, cola? I do not have cola. I do, well, I have the, sure, let's give this a try here really quick. Experimental. It's a cherry vanilla Pepsi. So let's quickly, yeah, Crown Royal cup, sure. I stole that from a New Year's party some years back. Let's do that, and then a shot. Again, I like the cork effect, makes me feel fancy, like I'm drinking wine. Let's do a little bit of a shot there, and pop you in there, then mix the rest with that. And let's see here, so interesting. Not much difference. The smoke taste gets lost in the cherry vanilla, so but it's there. Actually, that not bad. So again, that's if you know cherry vanilla Pepsi. Anyways, it's kind of, again, slight smoke taste to everything, so interesting. Not overpowering, and you still have the whiskey taste with the alcohol. You can avoid that when you're doing with 90 proof. But yeah, that's actually not horrible. But again, I don't know what to mix it with. I mean, like tea, no. But still, interesting. Anyways, so that was, again, I don't know what to call this series. This is the third time I filmed this, even though this is be the first video. The second one was done before this one. It's a weird mashup. But hey, what are you gonna do when you're drunk? So let me know what you think down below of this whole thing. Again, I have one more episode coming out, at least, and I'm gonna try to do this once a week. So again, I have a lot of stuff to try. So all that aside, let me know what you think down below. Again, so I do recommend this. It's nice. It's smooth for a 90, and it's got an interesting aftertaste. I just don't know what to do with it. Again, s'mores comes to mind, but how do you do s'mores and whiskey? Chocolate, liqueur, and cream? I have cream, but I don't have chocolate liqueur. Oh well. Anyways, so yeah, good single malt. Again, I don't know if I've drinking many single malt, because that's a Scottish thing. You are a single malt, so a 12-year one. Anyways, so yeah, good stuff. Let me know what you think down below. And much like all that alcohol on the table, I'm gonna keep doing this and giving this a try. Let me know what you think about this format. Otherwise, thanks again for watching. See you next time.